Hello everyone, my name is Kelvin Shikuku. I work with the International Livestock Research Institute as an economist. And I'm going to talk about a digital innovation called KAZNET, and which we use for crowdsourcing information for climate resilience in the drylands. So the process through which KAZNET works starts as follows. We first of all conduct a detailed understanding of the information needs of clients. So that means that we don't start by assuming we know what pastoralists are looking for, but rather we conduct a quick study to understand what exactly they require for decision making. And on the basis of that, we prioritize, therefore, what would really speak to the climate risk that they face. So the second step, therefore, involves, based on those information needs, developing tasks which also have rewards that accompany them, and also making sure that there's a process of data quality control, right? Just to make sure that the data that are coming from KAZNET are of good quality. Once that is done, what we are calling here tasks are allocated or assigned to contributors so that they can be able to access those on the KAZNET application, and they can be able to implement those in the field. And so the contributors, therefore, on their phones can see a menu of available tasks, and again, with the related rewards, and they complete those voluntarily, right, or at will. Now, in step 5, we check the data that have been collected. So what we are calling here data validation, and we process, again, those information according to client needs. And the data that have been processed are finally disseminated back to the community so that they can use those for decision making. And I'll let you know exactly how the dissemination process works like. So among the indicators that we monitor, and we look at several indicators, but among the indicators we look at include variables at 3 important levels, so rangelands, markets, and households. At the rangeland level, we look at the vegetation availability and also whether that's suitable for consumption by livestock. We look at livestock prices and livestock body conditions. Again, we aggregate that by the type of animal, but also by the sex of the animal and age. We look at the number of animals being sold, again by type, and we look at the prices of food commodities as well in that particular market. At household level, we again separate these variables in terms of production and also human nutrition. So for production, we look at livestock birth and death rates, and also milk production and sales. For nutrition indicators, we focus on household food consumption patterns, including the reduced coping strategy index, household dietary diversity, and we also measure the mid-upper arm circumference of infant and also the primary caregivers. In terms of data quality, I mentioned we invest quite a lot in ensuring there's data quality. So we make sure that the contributors working with us are properly trained to collect the data. We also engage in quite a lot in community mobilization, to make sure that they see this as a collaborative exercise and also to minimize attrition, because these data are collected at weekly frequency. And so, you want to minimize monotony. And then we also ensure that the tasks are geofenced so that people cannot collect data from areas that they've not been assigned, right? So for example, you have to be at the markets for you to be able to collect the data, otherwise the task will not be active. And in terms of temporal constraints, we ensure that if you're collecting data now, you have to wait again until 7 days to be able for the task to be active again. We provide small performance-based rewards as a way, again, of motivating quality data collection. And we look for extreme values and also rely on photographic evidence to ensure that data quality is maintained. And here you see pictures of some of the images that we take to help us check quality. In terms of dissemination of information, we are currently working with more than 400 pastoralist producer and marketing groups in Kenya, and they receive information again via the KAZNET app dashboard. and they can be able to visualize trends in key indicators, to understand what's happening in their area, but also in the neighboring areas, so they can compare trends. And now, one innovative feature that we bring here is that recognizing the constraint in terms of ownership of smartphones in these remote areas, we combine digital innovation with social learning that happens within the groups, right, to kind of accelerate the diffusion of information that is disseminated via KAZNET. We collaborate with quite a number of stakeholders here, including the county governments, Kenya Livestock Marketing Council, the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Organization through what we call the Kenya Agricultural Observatory Platform, the State Department for Livestock Development, the National Drought Management Authority, Catholic Relief Services, and Mashisia. The data are widely accessible via these links, and so I invite all of you to visit the links and see and learn more about KAZNET, but also access the data that KAZNET is producing. With that, thank you very much.